Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel, Automating Business Activities. The main focus of this channel will be to observe the best cloud technology that can be utilized by organizations and business entities, in making the work process, the business processes much more easier and flexible for the staff and for the users. So today we are having a look at Office 365. Office 365 is a suite of cloud-based productivity and collaboration tool that gives users in an organization access to different applications that can be utilized in the day-to-day business activities. We have several Office 365 licenses. You can check on Google for the one that suits your business. And most of these licenses are on a monthly subscription, so you can try them out. Or before you try them out, you can start a trial and see, have a feel of how these business applications work. So for today, I would like us to have a look at the business application Power Automate. Power Automate is a Microsoft 365 application that is used by businesses to automate and create a process for most of the repetitive tasks they have in an organization. So if you have a task such as sending an email to your staff on daily basis, informing them of events, you can automate that process instead of having someone send that every day. So instead of having someone send that every day, you can set up a Power Automate or a Microsoft Flow that will help you do that. So let's dive right in. Okay, so here is the homepage for the Microsoft Power Automate, also known as Microsoft Flow. Formerly it was known as Microsoft Flow, but today it's called Power Automate. So Power Automate has a total of about 499 different connectors and services. So connectors are access ways to services and data sources. Services such as SharePoint, Outlook, OneDrive, Twitter, Dataverse, Excel Online, and a lot of data sources out there, such as even Microsoft SQL. So today I'll be taking you on how to use the templates. So for a newbie or for someone that is starting out, you might not really know much about how to create Power Automate from scratch. So Microsoft has made it very easy for new users, to have their own flow, even though they don't know how to or are still learning how to create it, by making use of templates. But I'd like you to know that templates are, Microsoft flows or Power Automate steps that were built by other users. So in as much as you're using them, also try to find time to learn more about how to create your own. So we have a lot of templates here. As you can see, there are, we have different tabs. We have all flows, which includes all of them. We have featured, we have remote work. These are some of the templates for people that are doing remote work, so you can have a look at it and see if you find one that suits your need. We have for approvals. If you have a process in your organization where some documents or files has to go through some level of approvals, you can come here and see if you see a template that fits. This one says request for approval. Everyone must approve for a selected item. That one is talking about a SharePoint list. So when someone creates a SharePoint list, it has to go through some form of approvals. This one is talking about send form responses for approval. So when someone fills the form, it has to go through some level of approvals before it gets to the email address of the person that is supposed to receive the form. The one I would like us to have a look at is in the email tab. So also in the email tab we have a lot of templates, but one that caught my attention is one that says form processing to email and SharePoint. So let's click that. So for form processing to email and SharePoint, so it says for each new response, send an email notification and create an item in SharePoint. So what this template is going to do is, once a Microsoft form is filled by a respondent, it will send an email to a particular person and say, so and so form, maybe is the HR of the organization, and say so and so person has filled the form, kindly go through it. And also it will add the form input to a database. The database we are using in this case is SharePoint. Okay, so here we have the flow steps. So as you can see, the flow starts with the first step, and the first step is usually the trigger action, or the trigger, not the action this time. So the trigger says when a new response is submitted, form ID. So first we have to select a form. So your form, the forms you create in your Microsoft Forms, here will be recognized as form ID. So let's say, for instance, let's go to our Microsoft Forms. So we'll go back to Office 365, navigate to Forms. At the moment I only have one form, which is a form test, and that is the reason why if you come here you will see only one form ID, which is the form test referencing that form. Okay, so next is an apply to each. So an apply to each means for every form item I fill, we'll get a response. For every form, for every time I fill this form, you get the response, then send the response to an email. So I'll put my email address. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I think I will use my other email address. I think I'll use this one. Okay. Yes, so this is my email address in this tenant account. So I'll give it a subject. So for the subject, I'm going to use the title of the form. Do we have a title, or we don't have a title? So I'll just say kindly review. Okay, we'll just call it form inputs. Form inputs. Then for the body, so we are going to take the response. The response from the user that filled the form is what we are going to take. So the first response is, what is your name? So select that. Use the enter key. The second one, responder's email address. We'd like to get the person's email address. And the next one is submission time. Yeah, I would like to get to know when it was submitted. So we are taking these three data: name, email address, and submission time, and we are going to write the same data to a SharePoint list. Okay, so I'm going to make use of one of the SharePoint lists I already have. I think I'll go with primary. So I'm going to create an item in my primary list. Okay, so for title, okay, so I'll use the name, the dynamic content name. What is your name? That's the name of the responder as a title. Other fields I can decide to leave them blank, but date, okay, let me put the date, submission time. Use it for dates. Then nickname, we can leave that blank. School, we can leave that blank. responder's email. Okay, let's just put the responder's email in the nickname column. Responder's email. Okay, so we've successfully added these 3 data to the SharePoint action card. So now we save. So after saving the flow, the next thing you will do is to test the flow. So you have to test the flow at least to know if the flow is working. So if you are testing the flow for the very first time, the option you have to use is manual, which says submit a new response to the selected form to trigger it. Or if you are testing, let's say you are doing a test and you are getting some failures in the flow, you can use it automatically. So what it automatically will do is to give you room to select a previous run. So there is something we call run in flow. A run is more or less like a previous history of when the flow triggered. Yes, so for this test, for now, we are going to use the manual test. So we'll say test. Okay, so now what we're going to do in order to trigger this flow. So in order to kickstart this flow, we need to perform an action, which is the trigger action. And the trigger action, remember, is forms. So we'll go to Microsoft Forms and we'll fill a form. Oh, sorry, creating a new form. Microsoft Forms, fill a form. What is your name? I just put my name. I just put the answer. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is the form. Sorry. So this is the form link. So I'll paste the form link. So the form link says what is your name. So my name is Kene. Submit. So now I've submitted. Automatically it will trigger the flow. As you can see, it has triggered the flow, and my flow ran successfully. So if you go to the SharePoint list, remember SharePoint list, SharePoint test is the site, and we'll go to primary. Yes. So this is the test we just did. This is the test. So it has my name, has the dates, I filled the form, and my email address, and also it gave me an ID 5. Okay, so that's that. And also, if you want to check the email, let's go to my Outlook. Okay, so let me go to my Outlook so that you can see the email I received. Okay. Let's go. Okay, form input test, and here you have it. This is the email from the flow. So as you can see, it's seamless and very, very easy. Seamless and very, very easy. So with this, you can easily move your data from one service to the other. Thank you so much, and I hope you've been able to learn a thing or two from our test today. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.